All athletes have a right. Many athletes feel they have a responsibility, and they have every right to be speaking out whenever it is that they're competing. Why? Is because the world faces so many global challenges right now that no industry is immune. No one on the planet is immune to having to do our part, each of us, to support these issues, whether it is religious censure and erasure of Uyghurs in Xinjiang, or whether it is climate action. So sport is not immune.
There should be blanket protection for any athletes that speak up at any time about issues of human rights. This is not, you can't, athletes don't only enjoy human rights when they're not competing. Athletes don't only enjoy human rights when they're not on the podium. They enjoy human rights at all times. And so, yes, athletes should be protected when they're not on the podium and not on the field of play, but they should be protected when they're in those places as well. That's when the spotlight's on them.
Well, we know the human rights record and the allowance of freedom of expression in China. So there's really not much protection that we believe that's going to be afforded to athletes. And the IOC has not come out proactively to indicate that we will protect and make sure everyone is safe that decides to speak up. Silence is complicity, and that's why we have concerns. So we're advising athletes not to speak up. And as Noah has said earlier, athletes shouldn't be put in this position and shouldn't have to get forced to do it. So we're concerned, and that's why we want them to compete, go home, and use their voice when they get home. And that's a sad statement that we have to say that.
At a soccer club in Rwanda's Kigali, members of the women's team are gathered around the television. But they're not focused on either team in this Africa Cup of Nations encounter. They're cheering on the referee. On Tuesday, Rwanda's Salima Mukansanga made history as the first female lead referee of an AFCON match. Ejidi Kayatesi coaches the AS Kigali women's team and was in charge of Mukansanga's team when she was a youth player.
She has an exceptional character. When she has a match, she prepares for it. She has to consult the refereeing books again to do things correctly. She is someone who gives great importance to each game.
The match saw Zimbabwe take on Guinea in Cameroon's capital, Yaoundé. Although the former had already been denied any chance of heading to the final 16, they were still able to cause an upset. Zimbabwe won by 2-1 in a match in which Mukansanga handed out 6 yellow cards. Sports journalist Asha Komugisha said Mukansanga had shown great perseverance.
It's really a story of a woman who is resilient. At 33, she's handling, games at the biggest tournament on this continent. It's an inspiration for women who want to be like her.
Back at AS Kigali, Mukansanga's story provides motivation. Seeing a woman officiate the men's game gives me an idea for my career, says 18-year-old Zawadi Usanasi. And inspires me to go far, just like Salima did.